Betty Mali, Sazo Figa Gada, Baby Unga Habi.
Welcome back, my fellow female dogs and my fellow people around the world. How you guys doing?
Of a K9 variety.
Yeah, I thought let me start some things off differently. The world is in turmoil.
You're afraid to say peaches, dog.
Eh?
What up, my fellow female peaches?
No, I'm addressing you guys. We're non-binary folk.
We peaches, dog.
Yes. Meet me at the helipad, you peach. But yes, guys.
Peach, get in my car. Remember that 50 Cent song, dog?
Move, Peach, get out the way.
But yes, guys. Welcome to another episode of Nothing But Football. Show where we talk about football and nothing else. Sometimes something else. Yeah, if you guys didn't notice, we did take a break last week due to personal reasons. We went to the farmlands to go look for some new beverages. As you can see, the colors look different.
Blame Vladimir.
But yes, yeah, obviously now Vladimir has has changed things up for us. But yeah, guys, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Hit alert.
We post shows up regularly about the common topics of football. But yeah, let me stop wasting time with this blabbering and introduce the co-hosts. Furthest right, I got Uncle Curtis. Uncle Curtis, how you doing there?
Viva Russia, viva!
Huh?
I don't want to get bombed by nuclear bombs.
Interesting.
And it's white folk busy fighting white folks. It
Interesting.
has nothing to do with me.
Interesting. So I take away that you're good.
I'm good, though. I'm good.
No, that's the one. And then to my close right, Uncle Curtis, not Uncle Curtis, fucking Uncle Lugusa. Kingdom, how you doing?
I stay on his mind, dog. 24/7.
I think my new nickname can be Daddy now or something. You know what I mean? Call me Daddy, though.
I'll figure out something.
But I'm good.
Joe, what drugs was Lucas taking over the weekend?
I have no clue.
He's out here asking niggas to call him daddy, dog.
That's what I'm wondering.
Say it 3 times, though.
I'm busy wondering what's going on. I had no clue what he wants me to say about that. But yes, guys,
But if you called me Daddy, I would have owned you, dog.
now you, I don't.
Lucas, just grab my pocket here real quick.
This guy saying
we gotta
these
zoom
weird
more
things.
in this world, dog. Hit you like teabag, dog.
You're saying these weird things. Bro. Now
Potion, you should have taken out your pocket and be like, take it. Take it.
we can't insult this guy like we did in the 90s. I would have said something. That's nigga. That's
All right. Hello, everyone.
so yeah, man. Well, I guess a lot has happened, guys. If you're not aware of what's going on in the world, there's a civil war and an invasion. That's
Can even say civil war? It is a civil war.
Eh?
It is a civil war.
Yeah,
Ukraine used to be part of USSR.
Yeah, okay. Technically a civil war.
For my African folk, that's us taking back Namibia. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm playing.
I heard someone basically using that example as in if South Africa decided that we want Namibia back. Namibia gained independence from South Africa in the 90s, I think.
You know, people who used to run the country pre-1994 ruined everything.
Yeah.
Namibia.
Russia.
No, in Namibia. It's South Africa, man. Namibia used to be part of South Africa.
Interesting things, man. But yeah,
Imagine, dog, we could have had a desert on the way to the sea.
Oh, wait.
don't we have that?
No, we don't.
We do.
It's in Namibia.
Dog isn't like those, what's that place called? Walvis Bay and those Northern Cape places have stuff like that.
Northern Cape has a beach? Nah, boy.
Mossel Bay.
No, boy.
Shout out to Fabian.
Oh, what's the question? Which beaches, or are you looking for a
There's
desert?
A desert on the way to the beach.
Man, isn't like Mossel. I don't know exactly the beach.
There's no desert.
I'll find it out. Yeah. Okay.
Mossel Bay is Western Cape, though.
Bruh, I don't know. But Northern Cape, there's also some
Northern Cape doesn't have a
like,
beach, dog. That's a dry mining town. Why do you think everybody just drinks over there?
There's a coast on Northern Cape, bruh.
There's a coast that we show.
When our Bra here said we only talk football.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's why I said sometimes nothing else.
Let's give
sometimes something else. But yeah, you even made me forget what I was talking about. Russia.
The appreciation of Tottenham.
No, so basically,
drugs.
So basically, there's a war. There's some war and terror attacks going on in Russia between Russia and Ukraine. And the footballing world has decided to join forces with
let's
other industries.
Let's not say the footballing world. Let's just say certain organizations that look European.
No, in all fairness, the footballing world has joined. FIFA is
hey, yo, man.
Whether we like it or not, FIFA is a...
We don't need Vladimir out here hearing from African countries they decided to join on this. That it was all done by Europeans.
Bruh, all I'm saying, I'm telling you what's going on. It's not that I'm choosing a side. I'm telling you what's going on. Then I'm going to ask you what you think. You can sell your propaganda if you want.
There's no propaganda. It's nothing but the truth, though.
Hey, bruh.
Only person that trusts inside FIFA is Wenger. Everybody else is something else.
So basically, FIFA has thrown out, what's his name? They've thrown out sanctions against Russia. I think it's Moscow. Is it, they're playing in the Europa League?
They said all Russian clubs, so
yes,
let's just
all
leave
Russian
it.
clubs. Basically, there's no forfeiting games. You're out. Adidas has dropped sponsorship of Russia, the Russian national team. There's a German coach who's in charge of Moscow Lokomotiv or whatever. He's quit. He's German, so he's quit. He said he wants nothing to do with this. A lot of things, bro. If you got a show on Netflix and it's on Russia, they're calling for it to get cut. I don't know, Brazzers and Pornhub and stuff. It's coming soon, guys. If you OnlyFans, change your VPNs. I have no clue what's going on. But so I thought, let me get your guys' thoughts on this whole thing. You know, we've heard the term used a lot of times. Keep politics out of football. So I thought, let me use that and then lead you guys into it. Do you think that the footballing world is justified to stand up against this?
So I'm going to give you an answer that's so on the fence. It's crazy. But yes, you say keep sports and politics out of it. But they only bring that conversation up when it suits them because it's football brings peace.
Yeah.
We do what FIFA rolls around like they're dignitaries. Like FIFA is like a country that doesn't have the limitations of a country.
Yeah.
So like that is crazy. But I think FIFA first came out and said, what did FIFA say? FIFA sort of came out and said, Russia is banned, but if the players want to play on neutral venue and not have the name Russia, then they'd be allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So sort of like the
Athletics.
Olympics sort of did to them, and then but that's stupid, but it makes sense from a FIFA perspective. And then sort of UEFA came out and then banned them and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Right. So why I say it sort of makes sense is because if FIFA does that for Russia, how the hell are they letting Israel or Palestine or all these other things? So on a global scale, they probably couldn't do it themselves. From an EU perspective, I mean, they had to. That's one nation of theirs bombing another. Yeah. So I mean, they sort of had to. But politics and football shouldn't overlap. But I mean, there were so many FAs or whatever of the other teams that came out and said, listen, if we have to play, if you pit us in a game against them, we're not playing. Yeah. We don't care
Against
what
who?
it means. Russia. Against Russia. So for example, World Cup, I forget which nations it was.
Poland, Sweden.
Yes, Poland.
Poland, Sweden, and another nation. I think it might be Norway, who could potentially end up facing Russia. But Poland is the first one that's going to be facing Russia. And I think they were the first
Then those
ones.
teams should have forfeited.
No, but
That's what they were saying.
They were saying-
To take a stance, we will not get onto the pitch with these
yes.
guys.
So basically, we're saying we're going to forfeit, but whether you award points to Russia or you award points to us,
That's your
that's
choice.
your decision.
But we're
just
we're
know,
not supporting
if
this.
if you take a decision to give Russia points, you've made your stance. They basically just kind of told
It's
them
a funny thing, man. There's another nation that I will not mention the name of the country.
that. Name.
I'm not going to name that country. They're currently bombing another country right next to them. They currently, it's referred to the New Age Apartheid. They're currently doing that right now. They're at war with another nation right now. They are still in World Cup qualifiers. Hey, yo, man.
Oh, you think dude, YouTube doesn't care. They don't give a shit about
No, it's not about YouTube,
Fuck
man.
shit, bitch ass.
Unless you're lying about that
No.
story. Like,
Israel,
to
though.
the Spotify users.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Spotify. Please forgive me.
Is there like they currently in a war? Their justification is Russia is in a war with Ukraine. There's other countries in wars right now. The US is in the war constantly.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it sort of makes sense why FIFA said hands off, and then UEFA said we're the ones that will ban.
You can refer to them as the Star of David if you want.
That helps too.
Oh,
Yeah, that country.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Because I can see he's struggling to use the name.
But what I'm trying to get at is over here, it's one rules for one set of nations, another rule for another set of nations, and it's screw UK and me, dog. They weren't allowing black people to exit the country. Screw those people.
That's also the other thing that I was talking about, because if you guys didn't pay attention, videos have been surfacing of, I think at the border, it's the Polish border, the border between Poland and Ukraine. So essentially, there's a lot of, migrant workers and,
College students?
International students who are currently, of African descent and are in Ukraine, who've been trying to cross the borders. So it was first stated that women and children would be the first ones to cross, and then black women with their children were kept behind, basically.
In the freezing cold all night.
Yes. So they basically told
After
them...
the bombings to flee the country.
Yes.
As in the same...
Yeah. So they basically
This
told
is not
them...
separate things.
Yeah.
Oh.
They told them that, nah, you guys are not crossing. Because...
Slegsplankers.
Yes. Essentially that. They said you're going to wait for every Ukraine citizen to go until you go. But yeah, that... I don't know if it's solved, but basically... Once...
Let me be fair, it's at specific border posts. When you go towards Hungary, they're letting people through.
Yes.
It's at other border posts.
Between the Polish and... But yeah...
But when we get to it, it's... Now I have to say screw your whole country.
No, but dude... I hate to say...
Man, isn't Ukraine where those things where the Rangers player got... oh, no, that's Czech Republic. I take
Yes.
that back.
No. But... Those countries.
Wait, when was
there was a
Euros?
There was a Euros where Chamberlain's dad said, "I'm not going."
Was that Euros? If it is, screw that country for life.
I think it might have been shared between Poland and Ukraine, if memory serves me correct. There was a Euros. I will check it out while we talk about that.
Yeah, look. That being said, I haven't seen that too many of those stories or that kind of thing. That's sad to hear that story, but I mean, you know how these kind of things go. I mean, as a stance politically, whatever, collectively, that's ridiculous. But when you actually think about it, who gets bombed? It's probably not even the person that's stopping people at the borders or whatever. So I mean, war and loss of life is just sad. So I think we're going to make some jokes and whatever, obviously, like we have ridiculous funny bones, but I don't think we support anyone suffering or anything like that. But I mean,
2012 was Poland and Ukraine.
2012.
Yeah.
That's the one Shevchenko.
The one black people couldn't walk around freely.
That's the
that
one,
England had to tell black
that's the one
supporters.
where they said there was a message sent by footballing fans and people. Saying,
the FAs, the English FAs said, "Hey yo, if you're gonna go to the UK, be careful." I mean,
they said, "Listen, as a federation, we encourage you guys to go support.
But
if you are black,
you are on your.
If you are black, basically, dude, we don't recommend it because those guys are wild." So yeah, that was that World Cup.
And I love Lewandowski, but screw his country too.
Poland.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
That's another conversation, bruh. Like that's why I'm just looking in terms of the classic question of, but what were you doing there? But nonetheless,
but on a sporting side of things, I think that was your original question. The sort of ban for Russia.
Yes,
it's unfair.
It's unfair.
Yeah, there's other countries at war right now. The justification for it is no. If they're going to use that justification for Russia, there's probably 3-4 other nations that are at war with other countries right now.
But that's what I'm saying. Look, maybe it's just a technicality. They probably all know each other. But I'm saying FIFA didn't make that.
Okay, fine. Thing. The country I won't mention is part of UEFA.
It's part of your. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You are right. They have been at war for long. They've been bombings.
They're still in the European
killing
League.
Of innocent people. It's
the new age party.
No, man. But it has been justified by many governments because I don't know.
So your thing says they should just let them play.
Yo, man, if you're gonna let one nation play, you know the thing. I'm a man of fair rule. If one rule gets applied to one nation and one team, it must be applied across the board. There should be no war. That's how life. We shouldn't be fighting amongst each other. But you can't say for Team A, yeah, man, you can continue playing because who cares about that little country you're bombing?
Yeah.
Then you go to the other country, it's on some. You know what? Oh, you're bombing our kind. Ah, man, nah, you banned. You banned.
But that is what most news outlets are saying. You're bombing blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. Like, that hits home. It's like, it's very weird. But
it's very Hail Hitler.
It does have those sentiments of that guy. But yeah, we're done with this. Russia, obviously, war's wrong. But I guess we're looking at certain politics and basically we're scrutinizing, when to get involved. But yeah, let's move on to the rest of the footballing world. If you guys did not pay attention, there was a final this weekend, Carabao Cup. That was between Chelsea and Liverpool. Obviously happened at Wembley, went to penalties, and I think the score was 10-11 or something.
Yeah, 10-11 on the penalty score.
Yeah, went to the wire. Goalkeepers had to settle the score. Let me start with you, Uncle Curtis, since you're chipper. Let's view that game. Let me know your feelings about that.
I'm laughing at Chelsea fans.
Yeah.
Busy complaining about ref decisions. Well, now you know how it feels like to have crappy refs. Who cares about that off cycle? Those guys showed me a 2-minute clip of bad decisions that went against them, dog. Like, I haven't watched an 8-minute clip of Arsenal being robbed of penalties and red cards in their game. Yeah. I've been fighting this good fight for 3 years. But on a serious note, it was bad refereeing decisions, man. But as football fans as well, you can't always feel injustice when it's your team on the receiving end. You got to be consistent. Yeah. You got to be consistent in... Because they were showing me, hey, Joe, we've been screwed over in finals. I'm like, man, other teams are being screwed in, week out. A week ago, Arsenal, we didn't record last week. I was coming here to complain about 3 penalties we should have got in a game. We didn't get one. We didn't get one. 3 penalty shouts.
Was that our first Wolves fixture?
I think Brentford or something like that.
Oh, yes.
3 penalty shouts. We didn't get one. You complaining about an offside that could have been an offside and stuff like that. It's like if you're going to... Refs are terrible. Let's start with it. The English refs are terrible. You want to get rid of the terrible... You want to get rid of the terrible English refs? Be consistent in your criticism of English refs. I've gotten to the point now of... I know refs are terrible, man. But when a ref makes a terrible decision that benefits my team, I do not care. Because being principled has got me nothing. It's got me nothing. So it's one of those things of... What happens? And besides, man, like... Mount missed chances. I didn't want Liverpool to win that game.
Funny enough, I actually wanted Chelsea to win.
And I didn't want Liverpool to win that game because of their fans.
Yeah, my sentiments exactly. Chelsea fans are one of those fans. We'll literally watch them have a party celebrating here. And
that's the thing. I've been able to suck up that Chelsea won the Club World Championship.
Yeah.
And they won the Champions League. You know why? The irrelevant club in London.
The what?
The irrelevant club in London. Nobody cares. Irrelevant.
Oh, sure.
In London. I don't care about them. It's still Roman Abramovich money over there.
Sure.
He had... Oh, we forgot to mention that in the Russia thing. He had to give up control of his club.
Yeah, we'll mention that.
We'll talk about later. So, I do not care about Chelsea. But these Liverpool fans, they get too much. You saw that they plays out here treating loading 1 of 4. I'm like, boy, if you don't get out of here, you're not winning any of the other 3 trophies remaining. That will be the only trophy that Liverpool win this season. Put my name on it.
Ooh, it's a hard one, eh?
They're not winning the FA Cup. They're not winning the Champions League.
You wouldn't bet. I wouldn't bet.
I'll bet my house on it.
Listen, Premier League title. I don't think they'll win that, but they are close.
Yeah, they're close. I'll give them Premier League before I give them Champions League before I give them FA Cup.
Champions League is unpredictable to me.
It's not unpredictable. Not this year. Huh? I don't think they're good enough to win it this year.
Bruh, like what I'm telling you is you don't know who could win it. I wouldn't even rule out Man United.
No, I would. English team is not winning the Premier League this year.
But what I'm telling you is
Champions League.
Champions League.
Champions League is one of those competitions you don't know what's going to happen.
You know what my problem is? Everybody in world media is acting like English teams have been dominating European football again. That's how I know they're going to lose.
My thing is that I'm not saying that an English team will dominate, but what I can guarantee you is that no one is out of the race right now.
All English clubs are out of the race.
Sure.
Okay, that is a.
You know why I say that?
That is
name
a
me
ballsy statement.
name me 1 year where it went from English club to English club. English clubs win the Champions League once. The very next year it goes to another nation.
Yeah, but I mean, it's brave to say that this year La Liga clubs are not what they used to be, or not what.
But they fight as those guys. Like, you know, it's cup competition. It's once off.
No, I'm struggling to understand how can you think that English teams, like, everyone is out?
Because
City won 5. I'm gonna give you the breakdown. City won 5.
Final was 2 English clubs.
Yes, City won 5-0
against Sporting Lisbon.
Yes, Liverpool won against Italian champions Inter 2-0.
Who lost their star player?
Huh?
Who lost their star player?
Who still have other star players?
What other star players in there besides
Martinez?
Dzeko? You gonna tell me about the English reject from Man City?
But he's still top scorer.
Martinez.
The one who ran away from Van Dijk.
Lautaro Martinez.
That man had a one-on-one opportunity to run at Van Dijk. He turned around. Theo Walcott is more brave. Don't tell me how. To run at a defender. To run at a defender.
You're saying some outrageous stuff.
Joe, that man saw Van Dijk and he's like, oh man, I haven't got him for pace.
No one knows what minute of the game this is. What
it doesn't matter. You couldn't take on Van Dijk.
He left.
But this is what
he didn't turn left, he turned back.
No, but all English teams qualified, they seem like they're in pretty decent form. Even United, who drew, the only team to draw. All the other teams won. And you're going to tell me that you don't see...
English clubs overestimate their importance after two... Lucas said 2 English clubs in the final last year. Tottenham, Liverpool, 2 English clubs. And the next year it wasn't an English club that won it. United, Chelsea, 2 English clubs. The next year it wasn't an English team that won it. But somehow we're supposed to... Somehow we're supposed to believe that English clubs are all great, knowing we know how to dominate European football.
Can I also say something? You
What?
remember they once said there's no team that's won a title back to back, and then Madrid went and won it 3 times.
I hear you.
But I'm just saying that.
I hear you. But what I'm saying is, man,
I'm just saying stats are there. They're meant to be broken.
and it's not going to be this year.
I understand completely that it might not be this year, but for you to sound so confident, yes,
I'm betting my house on it.
I really want you to do that. I really want you to do that because I actually think that
You know what's the thing, man? It's they over cocky about their things. These English clubs, they win one Champions League and they think they the next. Spanish teams have been dominating the Europa League. They have been dominating the Champions League. They look down at English teams. Most English teams, besides the top 4, traditional top 4, used to look down at Europa like it's a piss competition.
oh no, the ones who are there are happy to be there.
Yeah, but remember when Spurs used to play the second team in the Europa League?
No, but obviously they've learned the hard lessons. Right, let's not forget the evolution of football.
But I'm just saying, it's respect to certain competitions and it's overestimating your power rest. You've just won one Champions League.
We've even lost where I was coming from. We're talking
Final.
we're talking about Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about basic the fans. We would have preferred Chelsea fans to win. And then we
would have preferred Chelsea.
Yes, you would have preferred Liverpool because you have family members who support Liverpool.
No.
It's nice to have a nice family brand.
No, it's not even that. I just genuinely, if you look at it and just say, it's a hard one to say, but who deserves it? I'd go for Liverpool.
I don't care about who deserves it.
Oh, sure.
The loudmouths that I know support Liverpool.
Sure.
And that's that.
Yeah, you're right on that.
So hence why I say, for peace of mind, I would have rather just Chelsea fans were quiet during that whole.
But even when they're
the whole
cocky,
road
I
to
don't
the final.
care about
Yes.
them. They're not a big club.
Yeah, no, fair. That's why I say like it would have been fine. But yeah, I guess the other topic that we bring up, the
Shout
whole
out to Liverpool.
Yeah, no, you know what? Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah.
You won. It's no skin off my back, anyways. I just wanted to be petty. I wanted to see you guys suffer. But yes, your happiness also does. It won't bring me happiness. It does nothing to me. So,
Well, can I ask a random question about the final? Isn't the most brought on Kepa for the
That's what I was just about to bring up. So the other question that I wanted to bring up is that I don't know if you guys have noticed, there's been a common trend for Chelsea, I think, leading up to many of their cup finals, especially this season. I'd even argue last season it was also last season in Tuchel's time.
Penalty shootouts also.
Yeah.
Well,
Introduce
it first.
Yes. So basically,
before we get on your case.
Yeah. So Mendy has been substituted, before a penalty shootout for Kepa, because he's deemed to be the better penalty, shot stopper. So in this time, the substitution was made, and it turned out to be that Kepa would be the one missing the winning penalty, or the potential penalty that would have kept Chelsea in the game. So my question to you guys is, looking back at this game, do you take that as was it a wrong substitution?
No.
Or what?
No.
Okay. Since you spoke up, yes.
Kepa saved more penalties than Mendy over the past 2 years, in game or post game. He is the better penalty stopper. It didn't work out this one game. Cool. They did it in previous games before the final. He got them there. Right now, we can't argue. Kepa is the better, not Kepa. Mendy's the better keeper.
Yeah.
Kepa is the better shot stopper.
I would have argued that Mendy was the man of the match of that game.
That's all, but he's still not the better keeper in terms of penalties.
Well, yeah. Well, before the penalties.
Like Mendy's quick off the line. He's quick to stop players down.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Makes the whole feel big.
You know?
To make it feel small.
Kepa is flipping large in that penalty box. Look, he's a tall, skinny, lanky keeper. He's intimidating
Very
when you
agile.
have, like Donnarumma. It's when you look at him, it's on some, oh man, where am I going to put it? As big as a keeper that Mendy is, man. Penalties? Kepa has proved himself in penalties. Like, that might be the first time he's gone to a penalty shootout and not saved one.
Yeah.
And it was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. So, Sharp, it was the wrong decision. They want to blame players for Chelsea losing that final. Yeah, they should have looked at the players that are on the pitch for 90 minutes that didn't score when they were supposed to score. How many chances did they have that they didn't put behind the net? There's a few. So you can't go and blame the keeper, Kepa, at the end of the day. Because remember, just last year we were making fun of Kepa for not being able to save a shot from outside the box. But when it was time for penalties, they trusted him.
Yeah. King Don, how do you view that?
Yeah, look, so I agree with Uncle Curtis. This guy's your better penalty saver. By putting him on, you're giving yourself the best chance. It doesn't look great because I think he jumped the wrong way even for the most of the penalties. He didn't even look close to them. But yeah, like it's okay. Like it's a penalty shootout, bro. Like how do you really you will criticize anyone that lost.
Exactly.
Like
it is. It's very
very British. It's revisionist.
We'll be sitting here if Mendy got in there and didn't save penalties, saying why didn't Kepa come on?
Yes,
we'll be sitting here talking about that.
Very true.
I've seen a lot of people having that argument, saying, Mendy had a great game. They should have left him.
Like he saved a penalty in AFCON.
Man, but nonetheless.
And the way I can judge it now, when Mendy was taken off, he didn't look upset.
He knew what.
He didn't look upset. He knew that this is most probably our best chance to win this now. Like,
but he knew what the program is. They probably had that. They had that conversation before.
It's a team sport. Like he understands.
The coach even came out and said, he's like, what's his name, Kepa, practices penalties more with the guys. Obviously, because he's not playing, he has more training time and whatever. So most of the guys pull him up after training, and so he's facing more penalties in training than Mendy is.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say we should jump into the break.
Yeah, let's do that.
But there's one question. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds each, basically, because obviously now we know that Abramovich, his role as the owner of Chelsea has been it's been put on hold. He's no longer the owner. He's given up. What is it? What's that word?
He's stewardship. So it's his own choice. So he's given over or suggested to give over stewardship to Chelsea's charity arm or something like that.
Yeah.
So essentially what that means is he's just giving up control, not ownership, but he's saying, yo, while this is happening,
they were calling for control. So yeah, I wanted to find out basically from you guys, just a little quick thing. What do you think about that decision? Is it?
I'll go first, right? First of all, Russia works like China. Ain't nobody saying nothing bad about that government, right? Because this guy's getting killed because his statement is not denouncing himself from Russia. Or whatever. Which Russian's going to do that? It's just like a Chinese person saying, "Hey,
we watched that tennis player disappear for burning a minister."
You know what's making me laugh, man? They wanted to denounce the government coming from people in a country they won't let him back into the country. You must be mad. Exactly. I must be a man of no state.
Exactly.
Like Snowden, bro.
But what I want to say about that thing of you must be out your goddamn mind if you believe Obama is still not running that club.
Hey, he owns it still.
Like, no, not even he owns it.
Some guy from the charity is gonna say no, and then what?
Abramovich, some guy from the charity. No, we can't do that. Abramovich, with whose money?
You're fired.
But
you're fired.
I'd also assume that
new trustees get them here.
New trustees.
What's her name again? Yes, the football director.
Because that's the thing, man.
It's still in the picture, and that's Abramovich's right hand.
Man. That's the thing, though. To me, man, it's with these rich people, man. I don't have to be a CEO of a company to run the company. It's literally on some. I'll send you an SMS. I'll give you a call. So this and this needs to happen because of 1, 2, 3.
Basically,
then you'll go there and pretend it's your idea. You'll make your £1 million salary a year, and you'll keep quiet. I'm running the club.
Game of Thrones watchers will know this. Tywin Lannister, that old guy who controlled everything. He was he's the guy with the money, but he just suggests, and then suggestions have to come.
Best way I can put it, guys. Who runs Coca-Cola?
I don't know.
Yeah, precisely. But there's a rich family we don't know about.
Sure.
Okay.
That's the way I can put it. Like, you think, just being the face of a company, dog, you ain't no rapper.
But look, I don't even, no one knows if he's pro it or against it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's Russia, just like China. Ain't nobody saying nothing about Putin in public, dog.
The country that sends spies to England to kill another spy that defected, and you want me to talk?
Because you want to click on a statement that reads, that nigga would die.
Your life is not in danger.
You know, like those Asian billionaires that disappear and they come back apologize.
I'm sorry.
I apologize for my outburst.
Yeah, but I think we can leave it there for now. Let's take a break. We're going to refill our drinks and do whatever. Prepare for part 2. And then we shall see you in a bit.
Part 2.
Or basically just click on the link.
In part 2, I will be drinking courtesy of. That's the sponsor link over there, dog. I need some free boost. Boost.
But yes, thank you guys for joining us. Cheers.